Mark here from Mark 2.0. Brian is my co-host, and we welcome from the TV show Welcome to Flatch, William Tokarsky and Ron Blake, who also works on the show. Welcome, guys.
Flatch.
We're just
Yes.
so honored
Thank
to
you.
have you
Thank
back
you.
on.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you might
Flatch
catch
is a
William
touchdown.
rating the crafty, right? He's on set. No, I'm kidding, William.
I love that video. William, I laughed so hard I sent it to all my friends. Where you're still in the crafty.
What it is I worked for Adult Swim. I tell everyone I served an indentured apprenticeship at Adult Swim, and that's how I became a journeyman actor by watching them work, and eventually they gave me little things to do. But that video, one of the two creators of Adult Swim, Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell, they will go out and do live events promoting Adult Swim and promoting their shows. So we made that for him. They actually paid me $200 to make that.
Wow.
We made that with the idea. What he did was, where you see it, where there's printed text, that was him speaking dialogue to a screen. Hey, we have the killer from Too Many Cooks on for an interview, and they played like it was a live interview. So the dialogue that you see printed is what and so eventually, after they used it in a couple of shows, I think they're still using it, I got the editor. I blackmailed him into just making some edit changes, where anytime someone sends me a Facebook friend request, like Ron did, I just send that back. Now my agent hates that because it's extra work, and there's a big ooh, you don't do extra work as
Taboo.
Yeah, and I just don't feel that way. I still play around and have fun with it, when I can.
You know who's really
I
appreciating?
feel the same way.
You know who's really appreciating your work? We were speaking with Keith Coogan.
Yes.
Yeah, he was doing a little off comedy stuff like that, and he was saying how he was comparing it to Too Many Cooks and how he appreciated that and stuff. And I said, oh yeah, we'll have to tell him.
Well, I'm sure that inspired you guys to go look at Cooks. What'd you think of it?
Fantastic.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Great.
It's crazy. That's what it is.
At the time it came out in 2013, someone shared it with my son without having any idea of the connection. And he said he lasted about 3 minutes and then turned it off. Repetitive. But yeah, it's just, something different. And I think I said that last time we were together, that originality is the most valuable commodity. And that was original. And what Keith is doing is original, and it's just catching people's eye.
Absolutely.
And that's what created your little your best following, you said. I remember you saying.
Oh yeah. But I don't know why I'm here, because I told my whole life story last time we were on here. So Ron, you have to pick this up. And
Oh, geez.
That's why you said, okay.
Well, you know what? We really
on the spot.
appreciate you two guys. We've been doing this for not a long time, but there's some guys that came in here and really made us want to push forward. William was first, and then Mr. Blake. Well, you've just done so much great work. We had to include you. You guys know each other, and we wanted to appreciate you guys and congratulate. Season 2 is coming, and I know maybe you can't really say too much about it, but
I get in trouble all the time for running my mouth.
Good.
Well, one thing that's funny too is, think about it. This morning we had just this icon, Robert Howard of the Blow Monkeys, and he has the same mentality as both of you. Not about the money, it's about the craft and about the love for the trade. It's just so great. And one other thing I wanted to mention, they're both you guys are both Steelers fans. And William, you gave your little opinion on central casting, and it was so funny. During the game, I'm watching the game, and Al Michaels says, that referee looks like he's straight out of central casting.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, where's William? It's crazy.
Speaking of casting, have you guys heard that Francis Ford Coppola has come out of retirement, and he's doing He's doing a film in Atlanta.
Wow.
I saw that casting, William. He was doing some open auditions.
And right now they're looking for stand-ins, and they're looking for background actors, and they're paying a really decent rate for background. Twice what I think you normally get, at least. And to me, that would be like, this would be fun just to watch him work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How far back does his name go? I mean, there's probably not many bigger names and directors than him. I mean,
yeah.
Wow. Any idea what he's going to, I mean, you just know of a movie and that's all you know?
Yeah, he's come out. He's going to do a movie. It's called Megapolis.
Yeah.
And it's going to start filming in December or January.
Isn't that a remake of a really old movie?
It probably is. I can look up who's on it. There were some big names: Forrest Whitaker, John Boyd, and some young lady that my granddaughter recognized immediately that I have no idea who it is. But, that's how it is. But yeah, it's something that's really special. You're not going to see that happen again.
That is exciting stuff going on.
Wow.
How about you, Ron? What are you doing?
Yeah, Ron.
What are you not working, Ron?
I'm trying to do that grind, William. I'm trying to get to where you are.
Tell us about that con you were at. I got a friend up there, Amber Dawn Fox, that was up there. Did you meet her?
Oh, yeah. We were next to one another at the table. Absolutely. We actually discussed you.
Oh, golly.
Yeah. It's a small world.
We had a.
Go ahead.
No,
it's okay. No, we had a great time up there today. It was really nice. It was actually an honor to be on the panel. I kind of told my story, and everybody else told their story. Everybody has a story, and unfortunately, my story gets me choked up, and it got me choked up on stage today. So it's okay. It is what it is. That's how I got into this business.
Yeah,
but
tell us your story.
Yeah.
Well, my story is, I had got laid off from a job at the time, and I pretty much hit rock bottom at the point. And my wife was like, well, let's go to Myrtle Beach for the long weekend and, get your mind off of things. And we went down there, and I met this couple. It was freezing cold. It was really cheap to get a really nice resort place down there. And, we were in the indoor pool with my kids, and I look out and I see the hot tub steaming. I told my wife, I said, I'm going to go get in that hot tub. And I got in there, and there was this couple, husband and wife, from Wilmington. And we got to talking, and, I told her what I did, and she said, you got to get into film. I said, back when I was younger, for a joke, I ended up working on the Last of the Mohicans doing background. And that was really fun, and I never thought anything else about it. My mother kept telling me, she's like, you need to get in, do these movies. I want to get you to do these movies and this and that. And I just blew her off, went to college, and, anyhow, I got sidetracked there. But this couple said, oh, we're the Millers and all these TV shows. And I was like, that's so cool. How do you get into this? And she told me, and I found some of the websites on Facebook and had my wife take a few headshots, and I started submitting. Swamp Thing was actually running at the time, and I submitted, didn't get any hits, and finally I got that hit, and that was it. That's all she wrote. And I did my first scene where we were actually filming a film set in the show, and I was like a grip, and Ian Ziering from 90210 was actually the Blue Devil on the set. And I was like, oh my God, this is really cool. And that's how I caught the bug. And it's just been like a drug to me ever since. And I never knew. And then I started doing, short films and doing some indie projects. And I'm like, I had no idea that I could act. I mean, it's just unreal. Like, this is something, I don't consider my work a job anymore. It's not a job to me. It's not work. It's fun. I love it. So,
Ryan said something cool. He said, like, he can act in front of strangers all day, but if there's even one or two people out there that he knows. He's like terrified, you know, like that.
Absolutely.
I love listening to them talk, you know, and I love that you're always in there, you know, and you were on that live stream and stuff like that. And you know, I mentioned before what a great mentoring you're doing to those kids. It's really awesome.
Definitely.
Oh gosh,
we see it. Yeah.
They're going to be mentoring me soon.
You don't need any mentorship. You're killing it.
I just want one opportunity is all I need. Just like William's story really inspired me. I mean, it's an honor.
A lot of people.
Let me tell you, this is an honor for me to be on this show with you, William. I really appreciate it, and I really look up to you.
We have worked together quite a few times.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just been so nice to build that friendship with you, and I get to see you act, and you're phenomenal. I think you're really funny. Don't do that. You're a really good actor. I mean, I really enjoy watching you act. I mean, you've got it.
You look like you enjoy it, William. You look like you're enjoying your whole life. You're not just some of these multi-million-dollar Hollywood are so bitter. And I'm so sick of these people. I'm like, you know, I would appreciate 1% of what you have. And I'm talking to these guys that are thrilled to be able to buy their granddaughter a car, or mentor a couple of kids, you know, or I tell the Jamie Lee Curtis story all the time, how you knocked into her. And I just thought that was just the most coolest thing. And I can't wait to see it happen in some director's cut. And
it's in the director's cut.
And you know what, William?
Oh, it's in the director's cut.
It's in the director's cut. And it's a slow motion thing.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I didn't know it was out. But anyway, William, I show your reel. And a lot of people just like, I've seen him, I know him. And I'm like, yeah, he's been all over the place, and they love your reel, and it's just great.
William, like I tell people, you know, I like to, if I can inspire one person, and I want to let you know that, you know, you've really inspired me by your story, because I was in your I'm in your shoes that you were in before. And I know something's going to happen. Something is going to happen with me, and it's just a matter of time. And, you know, I remember you telling me on set that, you know, you bought your daughter a car. You know, I want something like that. My kid's 15, he just got his permit, and, you know, he wants a truck. And I'm like, I can't afford a truck right now. I just want to be able to do something like that for my son. And you really inspire me, and I really appreciate you.
All right, now I'm going to bust your bubble and tell you the whole truth. So I'm sitting in a hotel room by myself, thinking, you know, I got bored, so I got the computer out and I'm looking at it. And I've been buying at the local GMC Chevrolet dealer for years since I retired. And I looked, and there was an ad in Chicago for a brand new Chevrolet Spark, which is the low-end vehicle, but it was 11.6, which was a sticker price of like 15. So I says, that would be really nice, and I could pull that off for my granddaughter. By the way, it's my granddaughter, not my daughter. And so when I got back to town, I made the offer to the salesman I knew, thinking that they'd never take it. And he went back, talked to the sales manager. He says, yeah, give him the deal. He's a regular customer. Wow. So, so now my wife says, well, you never said anything to me about me. I says, I didn't think they'd take the damn deal, you know. It worked out fine. She's in Knoxville, Tennessee, going to University of Tennessee. Her mother, my daughter, doesn't worry about her driving a 10-year-old car back and forth. So it's, you know, still under warranty. But, I mean, it's a jewel. It's got hand crank windows.
Wow.
And there's no cruise control. You have to. So she will appreciate the finer things of life when she gets a little older. But she's happy as a bug in a rug right now. I mean, she's just, and it's nice that I can do it. I also put a roof on the house too before it was needed. So it's like, these things can be rewarding. But what you're looking for, Ron, is that one big break where, and we just talked about one that we both auditioned for here recently, different roles. And it was like, I don't know. It's and I think I've told this story to you guys about Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. I didn't overthink the damn thing. I just did it. There's an actor, Greg Allen Williams, black gentleman, the lifeguard story in the 70s. What the hell? But he works all the time, and I went to one of his little training things. It was free in a local get-together group kind of thing. But long story short, he says, you guys want to become day players. You want to be seen. He says, now what happens is y'all try to act. Just say the damn words. That's all. Just say the damn words. And, you know, because they're looking for a look. They're looking. The woman that I tape with, I just auditioned for something, filming up in Wilmington, the summer I turned pretty.
Oh, yes.
It's a gas station attendant.
Oh, perfect.
And the two principals come in and buy something from the quick, whatever. And the woman that I tape with, guess what? She auditioned for the exact same role. It's like she's going to do her best to let me win the role, just like she did her best for herself, because someone's going to make a judgment based upon what they see. Here's a female that is a friend of Dorothy, if you know what I mean by that.
Yes.
So it's like, that's one character. And then I'm the old man that's got this beard that Len wears that I'd really love to trim off, but production says, no, leave it on until the end of the season. I says, okay, boss. Yeah. But yeah, so it's on a look. And then once you get on a look, then all of a sudden, okay, casting's got 6 or 8 people that they pick. And they look, say, any one of these guys at work, let's go look, see what they did. Let's look to, oh, he was in Jumanji. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So in other words, the more you do, the more you get to do. You need that one big break. I have no idea how I got this role on Welcome to Flatch, because it's basically not a series regular. I'm like a day player that keeps coming back all the time. They can't get rid of me, you know, so.
I think of you more than a day player. I mean, you're a series regular to me.
I am the highest paid actor on that show if you go
look at the number of lines.
Words. Yeah. If I deliver 6 words in an episode, that's a lot, you know.
But that's okay. That's okay.
But they're fun words.
Absolutely.
What happens, William, if you get another role? Would you leave Flatch if you got a better opportunity?
What occurs is I am on what's known as a right of first refusal, which means Flatch has the say until October 17th. If there's a competition, if I book another role. And when I do sign up, the thing that I did for your pretty face, the summer I turned pretty, I told them in my submission that I am on first refusal for Flatch until October 14th. My paperwork says 17th, but I know they're going to stop filming on the 14th. So now they'll make that decision based on that. Now, the other side of the coin is they say, oh, this sumbitch is on Flatch. That's a good show. You know, so it's yeah.
Domino effect.
Yeah.
Very nice.
At my age, I don't have a good memory. I think we talked about this before. So I can't tell lies because I can't remember which lie. Trump has that problem. But I can't remember if I tell. So I have to tell the truth all the time.
You know, William, it's called CRS.
Yeah.
That's what my wife tells me.
Oh, yeah.
And it gets worse the older you get.
Yes, it does.
Well, we should celebrate. I mean, what memorable takeaways do you have from season 1?
Season 1 is obviously Cynthia. Bless her heart. I mean, I just
that you love that episode. That was your breakthrough.
I think that was the 3rd thing I filmed, and they give me all this dialogue, and I'm like, oh shit. So I got it printed out on large font, and I sit on it. And then in between takes, I spread my legs and look to see what the hell I'm supposed to say.
Smart.
Or I got a 3x5 index card in my hand or I write it with ink right here. So it's like, yeah.
Folks, these are real-time acting hacks that you're getting right here,
Yeah.
right now. Yeah.
Oh,
These
yeah.
come in handy.
The
Cards are full print.
last episode 208 that I worked on Flatch, I am the button at the end of the show, and I say something about an election. All right, who, what, when, or where. I say something about election, but and it wasn't much dialogue. It was like just between us. I'm going to vote for whatever. And the first couple of takes, I did it exactly right. And then the director come and wants me to change the emphasis or add a pause or whatever. When I start doing that, I drop words or I add words,
Yeah.
And it's like, some directors don't like that at all. And my showrunner, Jenny Bix, is not on set. They locked her up in a room somewhere with the writers because we're still writing episodes 10, 11, 12, and 13 while episode 201 is going to premiere. So it's like, it's crazy right now. So I'm trying to figure out who's in charge.
Wow.
You mean you're not in charge, William?
I'm not a filmmaker.
No.
I would never eat, because that is work.
Oh yeah,
that is hard work.
It is.
Oh man, as a day player, man, you just show up and say, that building burned down 3 years ago, and then you're done. But as a character that comes back all the time, you get these breakdowns that show you what days you're working over what time, and there's weather here or there's outdoor shots, so you have to be available in case they're going to change their schedule. I mean, it's like a fine-tuned machine the way it works. I mean, they don't waste any time. Yeah. And now COVID is really nuts as far as, you can't be in a vehicle without your mask on, and there's, it's loosened up a little, but I mean, it's really, and I'm glad for it. I have no complaints. But it's really a business. It's really an art form as far as putting it together, making it work, and putting a product out at the end.
Now with you, William, are you stuck in Wilmington even when you're not filming, or are you in Georgia also?
I'm home in Atlanta right now. Typically, when they film a series, they film in blocks. A block is usually a 10-day period, and they'll do 2 or 3 episodes. And you'll show up, and if you're booked in 2 or 3 of the episodes, you may do episode 1 on the first day. Second day, you do episode 3. Third day, you episode 4, and then you do the final scene for episode 1. So it's broke up over day. They're very good. They limit themselves to 12-hour days. So there's not a whole lot of ragtag, and they're always off on the weekends. Although I understand you guys are working a Sunday.
That's what I heard. One of your friends is working tomorrow.
I believe they're working tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, that's because they realized the Steelers aren't playing. Yeah, no, right. They're never playing. It seems like
they didn't play much Thursday night either.
Ron, what kind of takeaways did you have from being on a season 1 crew?
I didn't work season. I did not work season. I could not get on that show. I was actually working a little bit on the Black Phone. And see, they have a core group that, at the time, well, they still do that, but I'm part of the core group right now. So like, it's kind of like being on call, if they need somebody, I'll rush down there, or if they have a rush call, or, I'm very dependable, and, that's kind of how my name has gotten out. I don't turn anything down, and,
smart.
Nothing like that. So
showing up,
they know
100%, right?
If somebody cancels, hey, I'll roll right down there.
Well, I saw what you did with Bill Howard, and that was truly amazing. I love that kind of subject matter, and I watched it. That was great. Mark, we
did not know it was you.
I had it on my TV the moment he said I sent it, and I'm like,
that was funny that you reached out to me, and I was like, because I'm silhouetted out. I'm sitting in the same chair right now that I was in the
really?
garage.
We did not know it was you. We did not know it was him, did we?
I had no idea. I watched the whole
We
thing.
thought it was
"He's in
the
there?"
real thing. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I spoke with him on the phone at length. We're gonna have him on. I just want to say thank you for introducing us.
Yeah, absolutely. Bill's
Yeah.
excited about coming on the show, and like I talked to a lot of filmmakers today as well, and I was like, "Hey, do you want to come on this show? I might can get you on." They're like, yeah. I'm
Are
trying
you
to
gonna
feed
do-
you.
Are you in that Encounters thing at all, or are you doing any more work with him?
We do have something slated down next year that we'll be working on. He wanted me to do something in, so
All
yeah,
right.
look forward to that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bill's a great guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is this does William know about that guy? He's this UFO. He does UFO documentaries, and yeah, very exciting stuff. He's kind of breaking into this field, and very cool friend of Ron's, and he was in his documentary recently where it's a true story, right? But you played,
Yeah.
They're getting basically the dialogue of what the real guy
It's
said.
Reenactment.
Yeah, that's the word.
It's based off of factual evidence, and but yeah, I've always been a UFO nut. When he brought that to me, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to do that.
Ron, you need to go to Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah, go ahead.
They do reenactments all the time there for Discovery Channel and 2 or 3 other channels where they have ID, right, where they do crime reenactment shows, and even what do you call it? Supernatural reenactment shows. The Supernaturals, I think, are on the Weather Channel. The Weather Channel. I don't know. But a long story short, it's great acting experience, and it rarely requires an audition. What it requires is just you got to look something like the character you're reenacting, and if you show up and can't act, well, they'll just do a voiceover.
Oh yeah.
I think Jim did one of those. Jim Burns.
Yeah,
Jim did.
Didn't he? Yeah.
I got a call back on. I had a call back one time this past year, actually. Was for, I think it was like Atlanta homicide or something.
Yeah,
it was for a detective role.
Yep.
So I kind of fit. I'm kind of typecast now into the like detective police role, and I really enjoy doing those. I did some of that on Hightown, and I really enjoy playing a cop or detective undercover. So yeah, I'm actually looking at some of that, William, as well. And Amber Dawn Fox, she did Snapped out there, and all those shows are filmed. And of course, my parents live in Asheville, so I can hop down a day or two early.
Part of the deal, I think it's usually like 150 a day.
Yeah,
and you get a very nice hotel with a hot tub, no less.
Oh, nice! Wow. I may have to make that
saltwater pool.
Nice
indoor saltwater pool.
You just got them into it.
Yeah.
So like, I'll break my trip up. Maybe see my family for a little bit, and then head up to Knoxville. It's not far from Asheville, and then I've seen some 5-day runs on some of those shows.
Amber Dawn Fox was on season 3 of The Walking Dead. That's where she got her breakthrough.
She sure was.
And like you, I was working core as a background on that at same time. So.
Wow. Yeah. The funny thing about I actually worked that spinoff Walking Dead. And I told this on the other podcast. I actually had an audition. I was working on Reprisal at the time. It's another TV series on Hulu down in Wilmington, and it was late that night. We were moving on to the next scene, and I get this email. I was checking my emails, which I always check my emails, and I was like, holy crap, this is the director from The Walking Dead World Beyond wanted me to do an audition. And I told my wife, I was like, you're not going to believe this. I was like, you're going to have to stay up. You're going to have to get back up in the middle of the night, and we got to tape this. So it was a scene. It was a guy that gets electrocuted and falls to his death, and he starts drooling. It was a really cool role. So I did not get the role. And she offered me background, the casting. She said, would you be interested in doing background for a week? And I said, sure. I said, you never know what door will be opened by that. And I worked background. We shot all nights up there for that shoot. And she found me one night. We were on break. I was sitting in this dark alley with some trash cans, and she had my headshot up, and she said, "Are you Ron Blake?" And I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she said, "I'm such and such, the casting director, and I want to personally thank you for doing that audition." She said it was great. The director loved it, but they wanted two more almost identical people to me, and they were able to match the other guy up. And she said, "Don't feel down. Your audition was great." And I said, "That's fine. I'm not upset about it." I said, "Maybe another door will open." Well, 7 or 8 months went by. I checked my email. She emails me these 3 principal roles on a Smithsonian show. And I got the principal role in the show. And it was really nice to go up there and be treated really nice. It was like being treated like a king, like probably what you're getting treated like on Flatch,
It's called networking.
Yes. And like,
and then you two guys know the other side of the equation. What is it? Don't be an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
We were talking about that today. Yeah.
Yeah. Always try to stay humble.
Is that what Brady Carpenter was doing too? Was he involved in that at all? He said he did something that went around to museums and that kind of triggered that memory. That wasn't that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I thought he might have been involved with that with you. Anyway, yeah. Well, he loves you to death,
Well, actually, today, that commercial we shot with the flight simulator.
Oh yeah.
We
talked about that. Like,
yeah, the filmmaker. I got some pictures up of me and him, Rob Underhill. He would love to come on the show as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. He was actually at the film festival.
So we got to get those pictures. We're going to start running like clips and stuff.
Cool.
And so we tested that out the other day and it went well. So maybe we can get those from you. And when he comes on, I think it'd be cool to see those. I'd love to surprise him. I would like to get a reaction online, especially on a live stream. That'd be great,
Yeah.
But
that's
awesome.
I should have sent you the trailer for season 2.
Oh, but would we get flagged by YouTube for airing it? That's the thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So we're trying to work these things out. Yeah. Some picture you took or something that should be all right. We think maybe we can do it for
even
a short amount of time or
without
sound. Yeah, so we're trying to figure that out. When it comes out, we'll do something like that, but we don't want to get in trouble at this stage. So because things are going well so far.
I get the same thing I posted some drum play-alongs that I play the drums along with tracks, and I get flagged every time.
Oh yeah,
every single time.
William knows about your drumming career, right?
Yeah, and I've been playing since I was 5.
You were a saxophone player.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
see, that might be a spoiler for
Yeah.
Oh, so there's a hidden joke in there. Yeah, he was that far to a rock star drummer career. So this is all gonna turn out great.
So William,
for a reason.
I try to incorporate the musician in me into film now. So when it arises, I say I can play.
That's going to come in handy. That is. Well, anything we want to do to wind this down? You want to talk about anything about season 2 that we haven't already mentioned?
Jamie Presley.
Yeah, Jamie.
Fantastic actor.
Yes, sure. Absolutely.
Funny as hell, and is a very nice lady. And she's from North Carolina originally.
William, she is from 30 minutes from me, Kinston.
There you go.
My wife's best friend went to school with her brother, actually.
Oh wow.
Well, don't get in trouble. Have you spoke with her like personally?
I have not.
No. Anybody got a story? No,
I have not.
Yeah. Well, one day.
She's personable. I don't think she would, although. As an extra on set, someone, and it's usually the second drills it into your head. Do not mess with the actors. Do not.
Oh no, yeah, that's what it's like. I worked with her a few times on Mom. We were in the AA meeting, which you would have been perfect for, William. AA meeting scene over at Warner Brothers. No offense. And yeah, we didn't. They were just down to earth. You could hear when they were talking. In between scenes, they were really down to earth people. And I've actually met her when I was living in LA, I worked at a CVS pharmacy in the pharmacy, and she came and picked up her prescription. Very nice, but yeah, you don't talk to the principal actors unless it's William Tokarsky. He's
Hey, he comes out and hangs out with us. That's what I like
believe
about
it.
William,
Yeah.
you know.
One of the first 3 episodes, I am in church for a service, and I specifically asked the assistant director, do you have a woman about my age that wants to act? Because I have some ideas. Typically, you know, they don't give you a lot of direction, so I go any way I want to go, and then usually the director will reel me back in or put me on track, whatever they want to. But she's a lovely lady, and I do not know her name. I've spoken to her twice. So she worked a scene with me, and it's funny. If you watch the show, I don't know what the editor's going to use. I did it 2 different ways with the young lady, and so like now we're well associated. So later, the next episode, she's working core, and I'm eating lunch, and I says, "Come on back, sit down," you know, because I figured I would. No, not allowed. Sorry, she wouldn't come back and sit down.
Yeah.
And I, so it's like, you know, they get it drilled into them not to, because there are some assholes that are so.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
I probably know that person, William.
Well, congratulations on season 2. And I hope you guys come back, and once that thing gets going and gives a little insight. And Mark, did you tell him you sent presents?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He
Definitely.
did.
So,
They know.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay, so you got to come back with that on, and
Excited.
I will wear
I
it.
love you for it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're just so
Awesome.
thrilled to have both of you on. We're looking for both of your careers to just take off. And William, one thing I wanted to ask you, being in Georgia, I've noticed, Ron, with all these North Carolina people, nobody likes the Carolina Panthers. Of course, why would you with their record? You know, if you look at their lifetime record, it's horrific. Have you noticed it? William, what about Georgia? Is the same thing with the Falcons?
Well, when I moved to Atlanta, that's the biggest heartbreak I had. There was no NFL team here.
Oh, okay, you've been there. Wow. So, but is there a lot of Falcons fans in Georgia or no?
Oh yes, I mean,
Okay.
and most of them are rabid, you know.
You're like, I'm not even going to touch
And
them.
steadfast, and
Yeah.
It's a real thing. But I conceded the Pittsburgh Pirates and became a Braves fan, but I couldn't go all the way, so I'm still a Steelers.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Well, I love
But
what's going on
I
here.
do go to the Steeler game every once in a while. I mean, the Falcon game every once in a while when the Steelers are in town playing them.
Oh, are you sitting in the Fox
Ooh.
booth?
No,
I'm
no.
joking. You're controlling the shots.
If that's a good idea. I think I'll have to
Yeah.
Yeah.
make that known.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to go? Anything
Ron.
else you want to go with this? I say I want to thank you guys for being here, and let's do this again real soon.
I just want to say thank you to everyone. I'm thrilled, beyond thrilled for what you all have done for me, including you, William. You know, I've enjoyed chatting with you and you giving me pointers. You know, I really appreciate you guys a lot.
I think this is spreading out into something bigger and bigger and bigger. And, you know, I'm
so.
really honored to be a part of it. And you guys gave me confidence. I just want to thank you. No, personally, on a personal level.
Really?
You know, we were still kind of iffy about what we were doing. You know, it said, our guest today said something really profound. And he said, you know, when you're sitting in a comfortable spot, that's not where you need to be. When you push yourself into an uncomfortable spot, and you're doing something, that's where you need to be. And you guys have made me push myself into this and made me want to push myself again and again. And thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, absolutely. You guys are doing really good things for people. You just don't know. Like I said, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you too.
Oh, and
Thank
it's
you
going to
too.
come
You guys
back on
keep
both
up the
of you
good
for
work.
what you're doing.
Yeah, keep up the good
100%.
work, and we'll all be helping each other.
I'll
Thanks for
never
letting me be
forget
a
you
part of it.
guys. Thank you.
All right. Well, great talking to you, and see you real soon, I hope. Right,
Yeah.
guys? All right.
All right.
Hope to
Mark.
see you
Mark.
soon, William.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2:08. I think I'm going to be back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
2:10. I think I'm going to be back.
And
Fantastic.
when is the show starting? Is it already? When is the show starting? I'm not sure.
This
Thursday.
week. Thursday.
Thursday, the 20
everybody. That's why
28th
we're here.
or-
Thursday. Watch.
9
What is it
o'clock.
at 9 o'clock?
All right.
Excellent.
There
Welcome
it
to
is.
Flats, Thursday, 9 o'clock, Fox.
Congratulations
Martin
and thank you.
2.0. Make sure to subscribe and share these podcast episodes out. We really, really appreciate it. We're on YouTube. Just look for the Blue Moon logo. Really appreciate it, guys.